Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. Today we get to check out a Star Wars vehicle that I now consider something like a classic design within the universe. This is the custom LEGO minifigure scale build of Anakin's Podracer from Episode 1. Created by the designer Josta Brick. It's fitting, more than most, that we get to see a custom LEGO Podracer. After all, each one of these unique-looking death traps was a completely custom design for the Boonta Eve Classic. Anakin faces sabotage, vicious opponents, and even gunfire to finish the race to win his freedom. It's a great-looking LEGO design with lots of details and a dynamic pose. But before we take a closer look, first I'd like to say that if you at all wanted to build this for yourself, the instructions can be purchased at our web store, BrickVault.toys. With each purchase comes a PDF guide to build and a digital parts list for ordering your pieces online. All of our models are hand tested for durability. The instructions are tested to make the model easier to build, and the parts for the creation are also chosen with availability in mind. If you do buy instructions from us, you will be able to build this model in real life, and it's also an excellent way to help support both us here at the channel and the extremely talented designers that we work with, like Josta Brick. Remember, that is BrickVault.toys. Click that link in the description below if you want to get started. And now we're checking out this totally wizard Podracer. Okay, I'm not doing any references. When I say it's built to minifigure scale, that means the model is the correct in-size universe compared to a standard LEGO minifigure, and that it also scales with the 100+ other minifig scale designs that we also have in the studio. These are just a few flashing by the screen right now. It's always fun to see what this vehicle would or could look like when compared to other ones within the same universe. And in terms of any repulsor lift style land speeder from Star Wars, nothing really comes close in terms of speed. Anakin's Podracer is over 6 times faster than the other Imperial transports and nearly 4 times faster than Luke's X-34 or any of these other colorful land speeders you see here from The Mandalorian. This thing could still comfortably maneuver while cruising at just under Mach 1, and it kind of makes you wonder how Anakin's sleeves stayed rolled down during the race, or why he didn't look like this the whole time, considering his windscreen doesn't go high enough to cover his face. Who knows? Maybe he was using the Force to control the wind. Anyways, with that, we are checking out the functions or interactive features of the build. Number 1, you can add a minifigure to the model or remove them. The cockpit is built in such a way that only the standing child legs or medium legs will fit here. It's not really a problem considering all the contemporary pilot Anakins have short legs anyways, and looking closer you can see that the controls feed right into the hands of Anakin, which looks good, and the console plus canted windscreen blend in well with the overall shape of the pod. Number 2, the second function is even more minimal. You can see some flames coming out of the left engine. The flame pieces can be removed if you like, and the yellow flaps closed if you want to display the vehicle without any damage. Number 3, the yellow flaps in the front can ratchet open. Once or twice during the race, you see these open up a little when he's doing a maneuver. One ratchet point is plenty though, and almost bordering on 2 open, unless it's the part where he gets launched off the service ramp. And number 4, the final function, if you need me to tell you, is the trans clear connectors at the front of the engines can be changed around if you like for different heights. So if you wanted the cant of the Podracer at a sharper angle, or no angle, or maybe just the other direction, that is all doable. And frankly, that right there, just the stand itself, really did it for me when I was looking at this model. It's a particularly subtle detail to include, but when the engines rest at different heights, There is a natural lean created for the pod that trails behind, and the implied speed of the vehicle is just that much more real. Don't get me wrong, the details for the model design itself are excellent. The engines have some great building techniques. I really like how Brick created the curves and angles for the nose of the pod, but that default tilted stance of the Mach makes the model feel just a bit more alive. The connections on the underside are all fairly minimal. The whole thing literally clips on with 3 different clips, so you can remove the engines or pod pretty easily from the stand, though it doesn't really support itself without the stand. But moving the entire unit together is fairly easy and straightforward. This is just a really cool model, a classic design that now that we have it here in the studio, I'm surprised we never decided to go for a custom build of this before in the past. Bricks really did some amazing things with technique on the inside, and it's a fairly fun and easy model to put together. I'm curious to know what you guys think the next build or builds should be for the future of the studio. As always, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy our content, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share. Remember, the instructions can be found at our web store, BrickVault.toys. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.